Welcome back. It is Wednesday, and that means it's time for Wild Wednesday. And joining me today is Allison Gold, Education Specialist with the Great Plains Zoo. And who do you have with you?
Sure. So we have our three-banded armadillo. Her name is Armelia. So they are a species found in southern and eastern South America.
Okay.
We'll let her walk around a little bit here this morning.
Oh my gosh. So cute. Oh my goodness.
So as she moves around, she's probably going to be following with her nose. They have a really great sense of smell. So that's kind of what she uses to figure out where she's going throughout her habitat and where there might be food for her.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So cool. What are some other fun features? I see like little hairs on her. What's
there
that
are,
from?
yeah. So their back is covered by their armor, but then on their bellies and on their sides, they do have, oh, you're going to grab onto that. They have some hairs that stick out on their sides, and those can work almost like whiskers on a cat, so they can feel things that are moving along the side of their body.
Very cool. What are some other cool features about them?
Yeah. So their armor gets them their name, armadillo, and so that is basically their protective shell. That's what keeps them safe from everything.
Hello.
And so three-banded armadillos like this are one of the smaller species of armadillos, but they're the only species that can completely close into a ball. So if you see, her tail is kind of a triangle shape and her head is a triangle. And so those can line up perfectly with each other so that she completely seals herself in a ball on the ground.
So they completely can close.
Yep.
Do they stay in a ball then, or do they tend to like roll? Do they do anything like that?
Sure. So when they're shut in their ball, they don't roll on the ground, but they can snap closed really fast.
Okay.
So if there's also a predator coming towards them, they could snap onto the foot or the nose of whatever might be trying to eat them. So they have really strong muscles. They can just do it really tight.
Yeah.
But they'll just usually stay pretty still until the threat has passed.
Okay, and what are some of those predators that they look out for in the wild?
Yeah, so really any larger mammal bigger than them could try to go after them, but the only thing known to actually be able to break through their shell is a jaguar, because they have a stronger bite, but their shell is thick enough that most things can't break through it.
Okay.
But some animals might try.
Yeah. Are they pretty fast then? She's kind of moving kind of
They
fast,
can be
maybe?
very fast,
Okay.
yes. Sometimes when we put her down on the ground, she can move really, really quickly, especially if she smells something that she wants to explore. But when they are walking on their front feet, they're walking on their toenails. So they have very long claws on the front.
Oh my goodness.
And so she's basically walking on her tiptoes
That
on the
is
front there.
so cool. I think you want to be friends. Talk a little bit about like what they eat as well, and a little bit about their habitat and maybe at the zoo.
Yeah, so they are found they can be in forests, grasslands, swampy or marshy areas. They're really adaptable to those different habitats, but they are insectivores, so they only really eat different types of bugs, things like ants, termites, beetles, worms, and so to do that, they're always moving their nose through the dirt, and then they can use those claws in the front to break apart termite mounds or a rotting log to get to any of the bugs that are on the inside. So amazing sense of smell.
Yeah, how's their eyesight then, if they rely
Their
more on smell?
eyesight isn't as great. They use their nose and their hearing the most, and since they're mostly nocturnal as well, they don't always see super well in the dark, so that's why they're using their nose to smell around instead.
Talk about where you can find her at the zoo.
Yeah, so she is one of ours that you can actually see when you're visiting the zoo. She lives in our Americas building, but she is pretty nocturnal even at the zoo, so the best chances to see her would be towards the end of the day or first thing in the morning when our keepers are going in to check on her in the morning.
You want to come home with me? That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we'll be back after the break.